Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. It is Friday morning. Well, the main batch of severe weather is done for our area, but are we done with the rain and storms completely? Maybe not quite, and I'm going to tell you why. So here's the wider view. First things first, we had a pretty nasty line come through the Charlotte area this morning into the afternoon. There is a tornado watch up for 2 p.m. for the area in red. That does include three of my counties and a big section of central and eastern North Carolina. So there are several counties that will be. I do not think that's going to be canceled early, by the way, because if we widen this out and look back to the west, you can see the cold front is still over in Tennessee. Why I do not expect widespread severe weather in the heating of the day in these areas, we are probably going to see scattered to isolated storms develop. And while I don't expect them to be severe overall, one or two certainly could become severe later this afternoon and into the evening. And just to show you the severe weather outlook for today, it's mainly confined to areas to the east, but I would caution there's still going to be some thunderstorms around with some small hail, some gusty winds as it pushes in from the west, as this line gets here. So let's take a look at what that might look like using some of the short range rapid refresh guidance. So looking strictly, I should say, at the short range rapid refresh guidance, which updates every hour, because this is going to be your best bet. You can see by 2 o'clock, we've got a little cluster of showers and storms southeast of Charlotte, but also watch what happens in the mountains. So folks in the mountains and foothills, you're not completely out of the woods yet, because as we get into mid-afternoon, heating of the day, here comes the cold front. So you can see a little broken line of showers and storms. Will it be severe? Not likely, but because there's a pocket of cold air aloft associated with the upper low, which is going to be here, there could be some small hail in there, especially with the intense heating. Even though it's not as muggy as it was earlier, we are going to get some pretty intense sunshine to come out here shortly, and that will allow for some pretty healthy updrafts to get into that cold air. So as we get towards 6 o'clock, I know we've got the truck race out at the Speedway. There's some other activities going on. We could see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm through the evening hours with some small hail. You see even through 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, a little batch of rain moves through, and then we get after midnight, and the worst moves out of here. So let me loop this a couple of times, and I'll show you. This is the 18-hour loop. You could see even though the severe weather risk is pretty much done, there's still the risk for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm moving in on the back side of this system, especially as the upper low moves through, which is going to be up here. You can see the swirl pushing off to the east. So what I would anticipate happening here is that we're going to see a couple hailers, I call them, storms that are small, pretty well developed, that will produce some briefly small hail, maybe enough that it could pile up. And the time frame here, again, we're looking at that 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock time frame. And again, for the truck race at the Speedway, could be a little bit of an issue, but the good news is by tomorrow, this mess is all past us and a beautiful weekend ahead. Of course, I will post updates throughout the day if anything should change. Hope you're all safe. Damage surveys are being done right now in a couple locations around the Gaffney area into Cleveland County, and another one up in Iredell County where we definitely had a tornado touchdown there, and one in Cleveland County. So we'll see how many we had and just the strengths coming up probably later today, or if not, first thing tomorrow.